What's up, Mizzou Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the New Zoo. I'm your host, Jake BRESKE, Director of Recruiting, and joined by our Director of On-Campus Recruiting.
Hey guys, Tori Washburn. Glad to be back here.
Excited to be back here. We took a few days off, but hopefully you enjoyed seeing Adam Sparks, a day in the life, and we're looking forward to give you updates on practices, and then we're ending this week with a scrimmage.
It's been a big week. We had 3 practices throughout the week, and then we had 10 new jersey numbers assigned as we went through. 10, which is huge. So we can kind of roll through those if you're ready for that.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Starting with a freshman wide receiver, Chris Abrams-Jane was given number 15.
Okay, and he was a do-everything athlete in high school from Spanish Fort High School down in Mobile. Played quarterback, led his team to the state championship game. So we're really excited about what he can do here.
Second one is freshman wide receiver Jay Macklin, given number 19.
Number 19. So he's from Kirkwood over in the St. Louis area. Another savvy route runner. He just understands the game of football at a very, very high level, and I'm excited to see what he can do as well.
Yep. Next we have Michael Cox, a freshman running back, given number 35.
Freshman from Georgia, brings and adds great depth to our room. Extremely hard worker.
Next up we had a grad transfer punter, Grant McInnes, given number 17.
So Grant, he came to us from another SEC school, Kentucky. Has a great leg, can pump, but he can also help out in different aspects of the kicking game. So really excited about having him here joining us.
Yep, and then kicking off for our defense, we had junior defensive lineman Ben Key, given number 95.
So Ben Key, just great family, comes from Australia by way of East LA Community College. Hasn't played football for many years, but his effort, his enthusiasm, his strength, a lot of bright things ahead for him.
Absolutely. Another D lineman, freshman Johnny Walker Jr., given number 15.
So Johnny comes to us from Tampa Chamberlain. Obviously a dynamic edge rusher, can bend the edge. I think he had over 40 sacks in high school, Conference Defense Player of the Year. So hopefully another guy adding to the legacy of D-Line Zoo.
And a third D lineman freshman, Montra Edwards. He was given number 12.
Big Mantra. He was a guy who came on 2 official visits for us. His smile is contagious, his personality, but then you put him on a football field and he turns into a different animal, with his power and strength. So he comes to us from Holmes County Central in Mississippi.
And our last 3, so we had Justin Ifabera, given number 46. All 3 are DBs. Brandon Gregory, number 43, and Deval Torres, number 45.
And these 3, I know last week we highlighted Deontay Smith. And these 3 were other guys who came to our spring tryout last January and earned a spot. Right? They earned it, and then throughout this whole COVID process, they've been part of the team, and they've continued to show their worth, and it was awesome tribute to be able to award their numbers as well. Tori, what else do we have on tap today?
Yep, so today we get to hear from our athletic director, Jim STERK. He's our special guest for the episode. And then, of course, as always, we'll head to Kevin Pendleton and TYREE Gillespie today in the Hot Seat Cold Tub segment.
Awesome, but before we get to that, enjoy some of this week's highlights.
We're not lowering the standard because it's hot, or there's too many periods, people are out. We want to be great. We got to pay a price. We got to pay a price. Greatness never goes on sale. It never goes on sale. Keep working to get better. What causes you to break? What broke you today? What broke you today? Don't get tired.
what's up, Mizzou Nation? We're back here. We're joined by our special guest, our Director of Athletics, Jim STERK. How are you doing today?
All right, Jake. Great to be here.
Good.
Awesome.
We got some questions, and we figured you're tired of, are we going to have a season? What's going on with COVID? So we aren't going to ask you any of those.
Okay.
You get asked that enough.
All right.
We've got the fun ones.
All right.
Former football player. So you played linebacker at Western Washington.
I did.
Are you feeling nostalgic being back out here on a practice field?
Those are, decades ago. So, but it is fun to see the opportunity that the student athletes have right now, and being able to go out, and we really need this after so long of being off. I think it's really important. So I'm excited that they have the opportunity, and it's getting closer to game time. Actually, there are games on today.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, how have you thought practice has gone so far? Have you been able to see much of it?
Not too much. They're organized. I know we have a great group of coaches, led by Coach Eli, but 6 coordinators have been at Power 5, so I think I have great confidence in the crew that we have out there.
Yeah. And speaking of our head coach, Coach Eli Drinkwitz, obviously you run and help with the hiring process of him. Can you talk us through just how that went and how the process was?
It was really interesting. They kept telling me about this guy, young guy, had just short head coaching experience, but was really pretty special. And so finally we got him on a call, and just over the phone I called the chancellor and I said, "You've got to talk to this guy. He's pretty special." And the chancellor called me back after a few hours after he had talked to him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, we want to go talk to him."
It doesn't take long, does
No,
it?
it doesn't take long. So it was really great, and then it was a whirlwind dating from there, and it ended up happening pretty quick.
Well, good.
Yeah, and Tori, she gets all the fun interview football questions, So we just celebrated our year anniversary in the Southeast End Zone. How has that, helped our athletic department, as well as what's it look like moving forward?
Yeah, so the South End Zone was something I just starting my fifth year, and that was something that came up right away. And so I talked to the coaches, talked to actually Gary Pinkel and former AD, about what they were thinking, and the AD, Mac Rhodes, was here just a short time, maybe 18 months or so, and they were talking about doing something over here. And so we focused on the South End Zone. We thought it could be a football-centric building, and we needed the support and the revenue that's driven out of there to help fund it. But people jumped on. I talked to one of our major donors, and the first meeting it was, okay, I'll do $10 million. And so then it steamrolled, and we raised $50 million in a short period of time, and really showed the university and our board that there was a lot of support for this, and we could go forward. And so then it took off, and it's there, and it's really had an impact. It's probably better for the fans than I ever thought it would be. They really enjoy it. Football really likes it. All the operations and are in there, and it's top notch. But our fans really liked it last year. The Bunker Club down below being close, and the club, the Show Me Club, it really added, completed our stadium in a significant way.
All right, and Tori and I with recruiting, for our recruits and what it does to, it is world-class, first-class facility. So I know you're on multiple calls and Zooms every day, but talk to us about the SEC calls. I'm sure fans would love to hear a little more about that.
Sure. Right from the start, actually, we were in a meeting when the whole thing shut down in the NCAA basketball tournament, and then it just steamrolled as far as we had a baseball team on the road and brought baseball back. Track was on, I think, in Albuquerque on an indoor track, and they were ready to compete for championships. So a lot of moving parts to that, and since then it's been constant communication with the SEC and our ADs. We've gotten closer through it because we've been meeting on some weeks. We meet 4 times a week, an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on what the issues are. But then lately it's been more like 2 or 3 times a week. But we're working through, have gotten great input. We put a medical task force together that really guides us in decisions of getting to this point, and so we feel safe about what we're doing. It's the best in the country as far as how we're moving forward, and so I feel confident in what we've done and had great input from a lot of people, but it's made us a closer group. We're working together to move forward with the season.
Yeah, and you know, we appreciate your guidance and leadership through this, and obviously it's constantly changing, but again, we thank you for allowing us to get to this point. And so is there anything else you want to say to Mizzou Nation?
Just that I'm excited about it. Obviously, this is an important time, and we had looked back in April and May that this was going to be a critical time where if we can navigate the first 2-3 weeks of the students being back, suddenly you influx Columbia with 25,000 students. I feel very good about what our plan is with our coaches and staff and student athletes, and the safest place come the 26th will be on the field, because they're going to be tested 3 times. The protocols are really good, so I feel really good about that. It's the variables that I can't control.
Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate your time, and I can't wait to just get the season started.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
So thank you.
What's up, Mizzou fans? We're back with another hot seat cold tub, and I found our senior safety, TYREE Gillespie. Say what up, my boy.
How y'all doing?
All right, so we got TYREE in here all the way from Ocala, Florida, Vanguard High School. So we're gonna ask him some questions, get to know him a little bit better. All right, you're a senior now. It's crazy to see how far you've come, man. You've grown up. You've learned a lot of things. What's one thing you would share with high school senior TYREE to let him know to help him on his journey?
Let them know, basically, you know what I'm saying, there's a time and a place for everything, and just grind in the dark and you'll see it in the light.
Yeah, okay. It must be cold. You guys go, it's cold. I don't know if y'all realize it, but it's 50-degree water right now, so it's a little chilly. If we opened up your fridge or your pantry right now, what would we find and why?
Okay, so you go find orange juice, that's always my morning drink, or you go find fruit snacks, and you go find Oreos, those my favorite snacks.
That's funny, okay. Coming from a skill guy, all right, I like it. I can't have too much of that, but I'll let you have it. We know you already live with a pretty funny guy, Aubrey Miller, right now. But if you could pick any character from a movie or TV show ever to live with as a roommate, who would you pick and why?
I'm gonna pick Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Just every time I watch Kevin Hart, he always doing something funny. He's just a funny guy.
That would be a good household right there. I'll check that out. All right, so last question we got for TYREE. So Tyler Jones mentioned that he would have you in a 4x1 if he could pick any football player to create a 4x1. So who would be in your 4x1 and what leg would they be in?
Okay, so let's go. It's gonna be like this. Ennis gonna start off, you know what I'm saying, out the blocks.
Freshman.
Jarvis gonna be my second leg. He gonna stride it out.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have Chris from the third leg come around and, you know what I'm saying, curve. And I'm gonna take it home.
Yeah, let's get it. I like that. Well, bet. Appreciate it, TYREE. Mizzou fans, we appreciate you getting on. And anytime you have a question or anything you want us to answer, hashtag Inside the New Zoo, and we'll get it on there. TYREE, appreciate you.
All right.
MIZ.
C-O-U.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thanks, KP. Thank you, TYREE. Well, that was an awesome episode.
Great guest, great content.
Absolutely. We had our athletic director, Jim Stirk, on, safety, TYREE Gillespie, with KP in the cold tub.
Yeah,
that was fun.
And so continue to leave comments in the comment section with hashtag Inside the New Zoo, and we want to answer questions that you guys have, as well as continue to give updated information and looks inside the New Zoo. All right. So until the next episode, enjoy our rookie reports and highlights, and until then,
MIZ.